back to the start. They've given us the weights and lengths of bush rats in 2017, and they were plotted in a scatter plot. So really important, we're starting to look at here, and we see that this is our response variable, and this one is our explanatory variable. So maybe 2, X and Y, so that you're remembering that. All right, and they said they've given us the following summary statistics below, okay? And then it says, the first question is to determine the regression equation. So the regression equation is always going to be, what we're talking about is when they want that y equals a plus bx. But obviously y in this case is weight, and b in this case is, x in this case is length. All right, so, and another important thing is that we want 4 significant figures. So when you've been given this and you're getting the mean and all that, what you should do is write next to this what it is. So because length is x, I'm going to say that's like the mean of x. And because weight is y, I'll put the mean of y. And this one's standard deviation, so we'll write like that. And the correlation coefficient is r. So when you're asked to find the equation and you don't have all the table of values, what you need to do is use the A and B formulas, and it's on your summary. Okay, so we've gone to the summary sheet and we've got these formulas. So you can see here in those formulas, they've got like standard deviation of y and the standard deviation of x and so on. So we're going to use these formulas and find out what the B and A value are. So you have to find the B first, because if you look in the A formula, B is used. So onto your calculating, back to this part of the thing, we now know those numbers. So if we wrote out this equation, remember we need to use the variables or you'll lose marks. So I have to write weight in grams equals, and then I'll put my B value, which okay, so I put 17, oh that was B, not A, sorry. Put A first, so which was negative 121.8 plus B, which is 17.30 times, and I'll write length in centimeters. Okay, so if you don't write those variable names, so what I'm talking about, if you don't write this and this, you're going to lose marks. You'll lose the mark if it's not the significant figures correctly put in place, which we've done now, and then so on. All right, so that was question A, so we've done that. So this was mainly to remind you that there is another way to get the A and B value. So you have to remember that you have these formulas, and it is on that summary sheet to help you anyway. So I'm going to again, you would do that. So here, I've done it on the calculator. So this was the R value, and this is SY, and this is SX. So here we're getting, this will be what B equals. Now, they asked me to do to 4 significant figures. So you would start counting as soon as you get a non-zero. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just check this one here. Is it above 5? No. So the B value is 17.30. Okay. Now in the next line, I've found the A value using that formula, which was the mean of Y minus, and you needed B. So I just used B there, times, the mean of X. So that was the formula, and I got, so A equals this number here. Now, once again, they said 4 significant figures. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So for this one, it will be negative 121 point. Now check that, that's a 0, so there's no rounding. So 121.8. So, got now 17.3 here. So I get 51.2 and 397. All right, so here on this revision sheet, they've asked you, so now the next question was to draw the regression line on the scatter plot. And we've been asked this a few times, and not many people are getting it or getting full marks for it, because they are asking you to identify 2 points when you do that. So what we want to do is we are essentially drawing that, weight equals -1 to 1.8 plus, VO times length, okay? We're drawing this line onto this graph. So what you want to do every time, you just want to take probably the smallest x value and the largest x value down there, or EV value, and you want to put it into that formula. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out what the weight is when the length is that. So I'll do -1 to 1.8 plus 17.80 times 10, and I'll get an answer. And then I do the same over here, -1 to 1.8 plus 17.80 times 30. So I'm just subbing those into where the x bit is, and I'll get an answer. And I did that 0.2. So 51.2 and 397.2. So what you're going to do is up along, you get your ruler, and up along 10, which is actually the like the edge of this graph on your paper, I go up to 51.2. So say roughly there. Undo that. You'll have more lined paper and you'll be able to see the lines on it. And then on 30, it's 392. So be roughly, I don't know, along sort of up that way. So 30 up here. And I'll put my cross. So there I've marked the 2 points. So if you go to draw the line, you just join those 2 dots up, or crosses, whatever. And when they say mark those points on the thing, what you do is you do what you wrote what you put in. So when it was 10, I got it that it was 51.2. And up here when it was 30, I got it that it was 397.2. So that way it'll cover you if you're a little bit off the scale, because you're telling them what it means. Now, if I'm saying that it was 51.2 and my line's up here, you're going to get wrong. So you could be in the rough estimate area of where it should be. Okay? I'm just going to go find that.